teams in the world with a value of $5.5 billion. Not bad when you consider Jerry Jones bought the team for $150 million in 1989. Not only did the Cowboys top the list for the 5th consecutive year, but they were also the only NFL team to make the top 5. So, Shannon, with all this money floating around, is this a good or bad thing for Dak Prescott?
It's not anything. It's frustrating for Dak, Skip, because he sees a franchise worth $5.5 billion. He sees Jerry Jones' net worth is about $8 billion, which is $3 billion has happened in the last decade. So Dak is like, Skip, this is how it goes. And I was explaining this to Steve and I were talking to my crack research. We the best team, we the best duo.
Steve Owens, who won a Heisman.
They keep on talking about Shaq, Kobe, and Kareem Magic. I think that Steve Owens and Shannon Sharp might be right there with him.
Really?
Yeah, best duo right there with him.
I know every word that comes out of your mouth sounds like Steve told you to say that.
So
right?
Skip, I'm looking at it like this. So let's just say for the sake of argument, Dak Prescott is one of Jerry's sons. And he watched his other sons, Amari Cooper, Zeke Elliott, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jalen Smith. He saw all these other guys get elaborate birthday parties. Jerry Jones spared no expense. And he said, Dak, when your birthday come, I'm going to take care of you too. And then they like, oh, it's my birthday, finally, after 4 years. Like, Dak's like, I must have been born on leap year because I see everybody else signing every year. But anyway, he says, it's my birthday. And instead of saying, Dak, we're going to give you this big elaborate birthday party, they say, Dak, we're going to have to cut back on your birthday party. Is that okay with you? Dak said, well, wait a minute. You told me if I waited my turn, I was going to get what was rightfully mine. And so Dak is looking at it like, Skip, you gave Amari top dollar. You gave DeMarcus Lawrence top dollar. You gave Zeke Elliott top dollar. And not one time did you ask them guys to give you a hometown discount. Before we even start negotiating, you says, I'm going to need you to give me a haircut. And Dak says, no. See, that's what's frustrating, Skip. It's like I tell my kids, Skip, the kid used to ask me, well, Daddy, can I get this? I'm like, Daddy ain't got no money. They look at me like, Daddy, stop playing. Dak is looking at Jerry. Skip, you know, Dak read the paper. He's like, hold on. Jerry, you worth how much? $8 billion? The Cowboys worth $5.5 billion, more than any other sports franchise in all the world? And you haggling me after you've given everybody else what they've asked for and more. Amari Cooper got 20 minutes. Skip, you know good and well, Amari Cooper is not a top 5 receiver. He might be barely in the top 10, but he's paid, he's compensated. D-Law is compensated like he's Aaron Donald. And Dak is like, wait a minute. Skip, you got the budget. It seems like Jerry budgeted for everybody else except Dak Prescott. And Skip, the salary cap is not tied to the value of the franchise. It's not like, I guess in soccer, how much revenue you generate, that's how much money you can spend. It's not like that in football. Everybody's under the same cap, $198.2 million this year. So Dak, and I understand you looking at it like, man, he got all this money. He got a $250 million yacht. He got this, he got that. But it's not tied to the salary cap. It's just frustrating that Dak says everybody else I've watched patiently sat back, biding my time, and now here comes my time to get paid, and it's a no-go. I got to do the franchise tag. So it's frustrating.
So now it's my turn to wipe all the Cowboy hate off my face. I need windshield wipers over here to rid myself of the Cowboy hate spewed across the table.
I like that. You know I like that. That's my guy.
You hate my team, and you want my team's salary cap wrecked by Dak Prescott. So back to the question. Good thing, bad thing for Dak, that this team is ranked #1 by Forbes in the world, the most valuable team for 5 straight years. 5. No team in the United States had ever been ranked #1 until Dallas broke through, the Dallas Cowboys, 5 years ago, and then they held the ranking 5 straight years.
They go compete on it.
They're worth $5.5 billion. And to me, this should have been, could still be, a great thing for Dak Prescott.
How?
This team isn't just America's team, it is the world's team.
Yeah.
And Dak Prescott isn't just this quarterback or that quarterback, he's the quarterback. He's playing the glamour position for the glamour team.
Correct.
This is the Hollywood Cowboys. Hollywood as in Central Hollywood in Dallas, Texas. I've never seen anything like it. We could talk the rest of this day and into tomorrow about why it happened and why it continues to feed off itself. But it does. And what it means is that you can cash in as the Cowboy quarterback on all the off-the-field endorsements and appearances. You're up there in the Brady range. You're in the Mahomes range. In fact, you might even be above them in the ability to endorse and to appear. You know how appearance fees work.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott can just name his price right now. Last year, Dak Prescott, would we say he's the most charismatic quarterback in the league? No, he's not.
No.
Does he have the most dynamic personality of any quarterback in football? No, he does not. He's a really good guy, and yet he's a quiet guy. He's a very sort of careful-spoken guy, but he's not dynamic in interviews. Yet he had 12 national TV commercials just last year. For all I know, he'll have 16 by the time this year starts. Everybody wants a little piece of this action because this is the biggest action in all of sports, not just in the NFL. It's bigger than NBA power, it's bigger than baseball power, it's Cowboy power. And Dak Prescott has the fame, at least by association, of being the quarterback for this team. But unfortunately, his union gave up the right to a salary cap and a franchise tag.
Yeah.
That's the deal. And again, you could fight it, you could hold out against it, you could do a lot of things, but they didn't. They caved right in. Remember, it was a very quiet story. When was it? During the pandemic.
Right.
It just kind of came and it went. Okay? That's the deal.
Right.
You got to live with it. So Jerry Jones can only pay X dollars to his players.
Correct.
I agree with you. He has somewhat overpaid some of his other lesser stars. But even Shannon Sharp agreed with me that Jerry did make a fair, not an insulting offer,
No,
a
it was
fair
fair.
offer.
Yeah, it was very respectable.
It was $36 million with $80 guaranteed at signing. That's pretty great. And that would be far, far more. Remember, if the biggest salary on the team's a little over 20 with DeMarcus or Amari.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would have been far more. But even the tag at 31.4, which he is now strapped with, well, it's still more than $10 million more than any other player on the team. So it's still pretty great.
Skip, when I look at it, okay, I can assure you right now, the Ravens are budgeting for Lamar Jackson. It seems to me the Cowboys, they budget for everything. Jerry Jones says, you know what I want to do? I'm going to go this is my thing alone. I'm gonna forgo all the licensing, the revenue sharing we do with that. I'm gonna do my own thing because I believe I can do it better. I think I can work harder. I think I can hustle harder than what you guys hustle. So I'm gonna do my own thing. You know, Jerry was the first one, Skip, when they had to deal with Reebok. When they had a deal, Jerry did his own thing with Nike.
He did.
The NFL got so upset is that they said, you know what, we're gonna, because we had a deal with Nike, a couple of other teams. They said we're gonna give Reebok the 10-year deal. Jerry says, "Oh, do what y'all want to do. I don't care." So Jerry struck a deal with strike a deal with Pepsi. Everybody else have this the ticket. Jerry says, "I'm gonna do my own ticket deal." So Skip, Jerry has always thought outside of the box. Says I can do more alone than I can with the team, with the exception of the TV money. So Dak Prescott has said, "Well, hold on, Jerry, you over there printing money, cause not only do you own the Cowboys, you own Cowboy Stadium also, and you know, Skip, they have like Final Four games there. They have national title games there. They have concerts there. They have roadie. Yeah. So, Jerry, you just not making money off football, and guess what? It's not state owned. So, Jerry ain't got to split nothing. All the concession goes to Jerry. All the parking, Skip, goes to Jerry.
Okay.
So, Dak is looking at that like, well, hold on, Jerry. You got all this, bro. Jerry, even if I never live up to it, I've never become Patrick Mahomes, I like to think that I've added some value to the franchise. I would like to think since I became the quarterback, the franchise has maybe gone up a couple $100 million. Wouldn't you say, Skip, in the last 4 years?
Okay, but he did budget for Dak Prescott. And you said he offered a fair deal.
Fair. Whoa. Fair. Now, last time I went to the fair, I got cotton candy. I got a candied apple. Jenny, you know what? I even petted an elephant. That was the fair. I need something more than that, Skip Bayless. I told Skip, I tried to tell you. I say, Skip.
You wanted him to overpay Dak Prescott.
But I tried to tell you. I say, Skip, Jerry's making a mistake. Do not let Carson Wentz, do not let Jerry Goff side in front of him. Skip, if he offers him $36 million before those guys sign, Skip, I believe Dak take that. If what they're saying is true, we got $36 million, Dak, and we got $80 million at the time of your signing, Skip, that's an offer I believe Dak can't refuse. But because you wait and he saw what these other guys got with 2 years left, and he's like, I got no years left. Nah, bro, miss me.
You could be right about an early signing.
Yes.
Instead, he said, I'm betting on myself. And he had 3 huge games to start the year, and Shannon Sharp sat over there and said, garbage team.
I told you it was.
Okay?
Yeah.
It was Giants at Washington, Miami at home.
Yeah.
Garbage, garbage, garbage,
Yeah.
right? They turned out to be garbage, except the Dolphins started to find themselves.
Down the stretch, yes, they did.
Okay. So then the last 13 games, 7 of them, my partner across the table, a Hall of Famer, gave Dak Prescott Fs for
No,
his
I gave him what he earned. I didn't give him to him. He earned them.
Okay, so he earned Fs from the Hall of Famer
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp. 7 out of the last 13, that's more than half of them were Fs. He did not make the Pro Bowl, and my team did not go to the playoffs. So his bargaining power fell a little bit in Jerry's eyes, where Jerry's saying, I don't know. I'm not really seeing Patrick Mahomes here,
But
Dak.
Skip, when you go to and you love next level stats, when you look at big time throws, when you look at clutch throws, Dak Prescott is behind Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, but if you look at record against good teams, plus 500 teams, above 500, he's not been very good.
Skip,
I can't defend it.
Skip, the Cowboys haven't been good against good teams since the mid-'90s. So don't take that on Dak. Go look at Tony Romo's record. See what Dak is saying, Skip. I've seen you pay other quarterbacks. I've seen you pay other positions premium